Oh.
The first time I was in Paris.
Royale with cheese.
Okay, so
the
I went
most
there.
romantic McDonald's Dick has ever eaten at.
Yes.
Candlelit.
The McDonald's of the lights, they call it.
C'est romantique.
No,
If
so
you
the,
watch the Parisian Olympics opening ceremonies, that McDonald's was heavily featured.
So I went there and I ordered the Royale with cheese.
Okay.
Okay, and the guy's like, "We're out."
Oh.
And I was like, "You can't be out." 'Cause
Yeah.
it's
a McDonald's. That can't happen,
you got ketchup,
right?
But
Yeah.
you know
Run
what
out
you're
of
doing.
this shit.
And so I got something else, and then I went back to the table and I sat next to my ex-brother-in-law who was there, and he had a Royale with cheese.
Oh.
So the guy,
the last one.
the server he went to was not a dick.
Okay.
Or he got the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it called
Could
the
be.
Royale with cheese?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering if maybe you just said that trying to be cute, and really
No.
it was called something else, and you're like, I like this in Pulp Fiction.
I'm sure I
This guy's
was.
like, fuck this idiot.
I was
called
the
the Big
100th
Kahuna Burger.
America that day that
Ooh.
ordered it. So yeah.
Or there's a good motherfucking burger. Can I quench my thirst from this big kahuna burger? The big brain on Brad. I always do Pulp Fiction quotes all day.
I was just going to keep quotes going.
From fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pod Therapy. Real people, real problems, and real therapists. You can submit your questions anonymously at podtherapy.net or email us at podtherapyguys@gmail.com. Now, broadcasting from the churn, that's
really.
Jim. I'm Whitney. And I'm Nick. It's time for some Pod Therapy.
SJ and the Ruckus, Koi Pond Scenic Studios. You need to change the script.
Okay, you're going to have to say that again so I can write it down.
Bro, it is so obvious. It's
You
clearly...
could just say Jacob's house.
No,
I could just say
I
that.
like the scenic koi pond thing.
You would.
And the shout out to SJ and the Ruckus. This is their house, bro.
That is.
This is very much SJ's
We got
space.
some new music equipment in here, I see.
Well, they just got back from a tour gig this morning,
okay.
so some of the gear got loaded in here.
Yeah.
okay,
Actually,
gotcha.
when I got here, Jacob was in the workshop, like fixing a piano bench.
That was piano bench.
It was really cool. Like I got to watch him like do metallurgy. It was really exciting.
I bent a piece of metal.
It was wild.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah.
the metallurgy he's
Oh, you
referring
should
to.
have seen it.
I
No, it was pretty exciting. He used a vice,
Okay,
and there was like a crowbar and a hammer. It was
so
really
we
fun.
Have, we rent, Laura and I,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know what the deal is, but every single light switch in our house has just fucking fallen apart.
Oh no!
Like they still work, but they're the switches where it's just you press the top part or you press the bottom
Oh,
part.
those
It's
ones,
one
yeah.
of those like
Yeah.
Little rocker switch.
rocker
Yeah.
switch, yeah. And they're all just
John rocker switch.
yeah. racial slurs every
Yeah,
time
yeah.
you touch it. It's just talking about the New York City subway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Google John
deep
Rocker,
cut. Yeah,
everybody. You have to go back to 1997 for that one.
Yeah.
Somebody was listening and was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Late 90s baseball reference. You're welcome.
This is pre-Chipper Jones. So okay, that's how far back this goes. So anyway,
There's like one listener who was
yeah.
like just clapping, like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I get
And
it."
to that listener, I say, you're welcome.
You're
you're welcome, Smitty. No, so no, so like every one of these switches, they're just barely hanging on.
Yeah.
Okay, like I don't know who had the house before us, but they must have just punched.
Are they
the
caved
switch
in?
to
Because
turn
I
them
feel
in.
like those ones cave in a lot. Where you
They're-
push them too far.
No, like no, they're not caved in, but like only half of it is still like there's like a little catch thing.
It's
on
like
there.
Okay.
loosey-goosey.
Yeah, like
Oh.
it's just barely like it's very loose.
like a breeze would shut it off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So Laura's in the bathroom because she's got her own bathroom upstairs.
Yes.
Speaking
in
of
her,
a breeze can turn her off.
There it is.
Hey! Her switch had broken, and so
Yeah,
like
All night.
Years ago.
so to keep it on, you had to have your finger in
There
there.
it is. All right. Now we're just
So anyway.
teeing them up.
The proverbial dyke, if you will.
She listens to the show again. So I gotta stop doing
No,
it.
what?
Anyway.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
She shut it off by now.
Hey, we gave up on the Nazi shit. So
Give up is strong.
No, we should because that in the last 2 years, that's a real thing now.
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's like it was funny and haha joke, and then now
We-
it's like
we chilled
have
way
real
down on
life
this.
Nazis.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay,
like
yeah,
the
good point.
world has changed.
Yeah, they were fictional
Yeah.
at the time.
Okay,
I don't
anyway.
think they were fiction. Okay, fair
Back
enough.
to the light switch.
Bro, they're like fairies and vampires. Okay, you read stories about them. They don't actually exist.
Back to the light switch. So I was like, okay, I could put in a work order, but then we have to wait, and we have to have some stranger handyman come in to do a
Smell all your underwear.
10-minute job.
Hello, I'm the handyman.
Hello.
So I just like, no, fuck it. I'm just going to do this one myself.
I'm here to
All right?
sniff all the light switches.
I heard they need to be flicked.
Show me where each light switch is. Slowly.
So I go to Home Depot. I get a couple switches.
Have you already named each of your light switches?
And,
Or should I name them while we proceed?
I brought a label maker.
This is no.
Oh, this one's nice.
This is not a difficult task.
Okay.
Okay. You could probably do this.
Thanks, buddy.
Have you ever switched? Have you ever?
I consider
done any
myself
kind
more of a top, but I could switch.
Yeah. Have you ever done any kind of electrical stuff?
No.
At all? Okay.
No. I called an electrician once when a breaker went out.
That counts. Did you or did your son?
I did it.
Okay.
No, I called him, and then he told me, hey, this is just a breaker. You do not need an electrician. I was like, no. I've looked into this. It's not a breaker. And then he literally walks over and just... He's like, that'll be $100.
Okay.
I was like, damn it.
Never mind. You can't do this. Okay.
I'm not the guy.
I stand
I'm not that guy.
But it's funny because like...
Or is it GFE? That's what it was. Not.
Oh, yeah. So Laura has not really seen me do a lot of handiwork because we've just been renting the whole time.
You peel off your shirt. Yeah.
So I roll up my sleeves.
Yeah.
And then, so like I'm doing this and she's panicking.
You're wearing
'cause
those
she's like,
cut-off jeans.
This is electricity. She's like, if you get electrified, like, she's like, what do I do? Because I can't, like, if you're being electrocuted, I can't
this is
touch
good.
you because then I'll be electrocuted too.
Correct.
And I was just kind of like, if I die doing this,
Let
I
me
deserve-
die.
Yes. I
You lie.
Yeah.
You tell people I died a hero.
Yeah. just let me
I want
die.
you to
He
shoot
died doing what he loved.
Yeah.
You put the gun in my hand and shoot me in the head.
And so like the whole time I'm just fucking around with her. Like, just doing shit like that.
Yeah.
And she did not like that at all.
No.
But whole thing took like 5
Wedding's
minutes,
off.
really easy.
Okay. I
Very
like
simple.
those little press light switches that when you turn them off, they glow. Like
yeah.
Or there's like a little light bulb inside. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That's perfect because then you can always see them and they're like a little red light inside.
Well,
of it.
I can't remember a time I've walked into a room and not known where the switch is.
Dude, it happens a lot.
Like I have to be able to see the switch. Usually you just reach. and
Something
touch
that weirdly bothered me in Portugal is the building code there is a little different.
Oh.
So the light switches are just a little lower on the wall than I think they're going to be.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
And they're in a different place than the US puts them to. Like the
Yeah.
bathroom light switches are outside of the door and that kind of thing, which is that's fairly common.
Okay.
Like it wasn't anything weird or anything.
But then you can shut off the lights when somebody's taking a shit.
that's true.
I don't like that.
But then you
Yeah.
can also, the idea is you can turn the lights on before you walk into the room,
okay.
Makes sense.
Boy,
which
I don't
does
know.
make a lot of sense.
I don't know.
Where
The
was
risk versus
I-
the reward on that. I don't like that.
I was someplace. Oh no, I remember. I was gonna say I was someplace where the stairs were all different heights, different depths.
Oh, yeah.
and different widths.
Was this a fucking Escher painting?
No, what it was a castle.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, and they do that intentionally
Okay.
because if the stairs are all exactly the same, you can just run up them.
Ah.
Right, so it's a defense for the castle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so the other thing that they do too is they have the staircase; those winding staircases go, is it counterclockwise instead of
Okay.
clockwise?
Ah.
So
You want
if-
they want,
'cause if
you want
you're
your
right-handed-
enemy's right arm is they're coming up
against
the, steps,
the wall.
it's up against the wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, castle design is really
yeah,
fascinating.
It really is kind of cool. That's really neat.
I actually used to use this as an analogy.
Jim done learned a thing.
It will protect you.
No, I used to do this in group when
This
we were
sounds like a good
talking
group
about like
topic.
relapse prevention and
Oh.
stuff, and about like, okay, you kind of like this is your recovery. You have to
Live
start.
in a castle.
There you go.
You have to build a defense mechanism.
I
And
like
so I would
this.
talk about like castle
Oh, I'm
design.
gonna
Like
totally
here are
borrow
all the
this.
things that they did to protect themselves from an
Oh.
invading army.
That's great.
you know, and yeah,
I love that.
all
Also,
the way
that
down
would
to
play
the store
very
of
well.
liquor.
yes,
Yeah. This is the
Yeah.
basement
It's
full of
giant
weed.
stores of
Yes.
liquor and drugs.
So what I'm
Protect
saying
yourselves.
is, when you
Crap.
sneak in your alcohol, you got
That's
to
right.
protect that shit.
God,
Don't let anybody know where you're hiding it.
Oh my God! I'll tell you. So as you discovered, I have started working at a rehab again.
Okay, so Jacob,
Working at.
Yeah.
worlds collided.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I had to certify a program.
Are we talking about this?
I'm not
I
going to
get into it.
I'm not going to go into a whole lot of
gonna
detail.
go into a whole story.
I was
about
only
drugs.
going to. I
am going to dig into it.
I was only going to talk about the exit interview. So we do our exit interviews over Zoom.
Okay.
Okay. So I didn't see Jim at all during the entire thing. I just
Step
saw
one,
him.
you should explain to the audience you work for an organization that certifies substance abuse programs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Think of me as an auditor.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Nick is the man.
The man.
At,
Nick is the
sheriff of substance.
here's
Nick
the
is
thing.
government man.
Here's the thing, Jacob, that you need to know.
Uh-huh.
Is that the entire time I was waiting to be able to throw in Mr. Jobin into the conversation.
Oh, wow. What an asshole.
And it never came up.
Yeah.
I couldn't get
and
it
I
to
left
fit
early,
naturally.
too. Yeah. I'm glad
so
I did now.
Yeah.
That is really funny. What a dick. Yeah, it ended up going really well, but that was really funny.
You didn't want to call him Lord James?
No,
Yeah.
definitely not Colonel.
No, definitely not. Yeah,
Colonel James.
my interns were so confused that you were there. They're like, I met him. He spoke to our class. I'm like, yes, he did. Like, should he be here? I was like, probably not. I don't think he knew that I worked here. So that was pretty fun. But
Yeah.
no, I was just going to say that it's shitty trying to monitor people smuggling drugs. Now that I'm
Yes.
back into that life, I'm like, God damn it, dude. So much of your life is just spent trying to keep drugs out of this house. It is so hard.
Yeah, it's a full-time job.
It really should. They should put rehabs in a castle, honestly. It'd probably make more sense. But anyway, if you're wondering, where the hell's Whitney? You know what? We don't know. Okay? Nobody's seen her in weeks. It's not our business.
Week. Nobody's seen her in week.
Nobody's seen her in week,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that you call off the search at that point.
Yeah.
It's just I've abandoned all hope. I've moved on. You know?
If she comes back, it'll be a nice surprise.
Yeah. I don't want her to not come back.
Yeah.
I'm
rooting for her.
I'm emotionally prepared for it. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean, not fine. That sounded mean. Okay, I'll be. Yeah, I'm
Wait, who are we talking about?
glad. Shit.
Did we have any letters?
The Pew Pew girl. Remember that? The
yeah.
chick from Texas? Love languages. Hi, Whitney. Oh, that's her name. Whitney.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that was it. Whitney, Colonel Jim, Jacob, and Nick. I've been thinking about a topic a lot lately. It's interesting how our upbringing shapes our expectations in relationships, and I would like your perspective on that. Me and my fiancé talk about this topic a lot. We get along great and rarely fight, but when we do, it's usually surrounding this.
Ooh, good.
Juicy stuff. The other night over dinner, we were talking about how different our families were and how we grew up completely opposite from each other. I come from a family where we show lots of affection with each other, lots of hugs and verbal affection, and her family is not as lovey-dovey. I told her the way her family functions is strange and foreign to me, and she said it was the same way for her with the way my family does things. The problem is, I require verbal and physical affection in our relationship to feel secure, and she doesn't require it as much. This makes up 85% of our squabbles. I love that word. Even though I know she loves me and she tries her best to understand what I need from her, not getting that affirmation as often as I need is hard for me and causes me to feel insecure at times, especially when I'm already stressed due to unrelated matters. We're getting better at having conversations surrounding the topic, but how do you give someone something that doesn't come naturally to you? We understand
Naturally on you.
Do that.
Doesn't come naturally on you.
What?
Oh, no, I misread.
We
Sorry.
understand we both are the way we are because of how we were raised, and we do our best to understand each other's love languages. We have tried an app that I believe Jim suggested, if I'm not mistaken, on the podcast called Love Nudge. I did. To try and be more mindful
Grindr.
of meeting each other's needs, but the app was unreliable and glitched often. Shit, that's sad to hear.
Oh.
The question is there a way to meet each other in the middle on this? Are there other apps or exercises that we can use to strengthen this part of our relationship? I hope I provided enough information and was clear enough in my thoughts. Thank you for this amazing podcast and everything you do and the amazing community that you have created. Lost in translation, Anthony Camarada.
Okay.
Our buddy Tony K.
Hey.
Hey, Tony.
Hey.
Hey, girl. It's sad to hear that Love Nudge is glitchy. I still
Yeah.
recommend it. I need to re-download that and make sure it probably is shitty. IDK.
This is always a fun thing to explore with couples.
Sounds like it.
How we grew up and what things mean to us and
Right.
things that we've never questioned before
Right.
until you get into a relationship with somebody else.
Yeah.
And then now everything they do seems really weird.
Isn't it weird that people end up together, though?
Yeah.
Like, because you look at things like this and you're like, oh, well, this person really craves affection and this person doesn't give it.
Yeah.
And yet we're together
Here
and
we
we
are.
love each other. And it's like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And then here we are going like, man, we really need to like work on this because like I'm unhappy a lot or I don't feel very safe in our relationship. And like I'm asking for these minimal things, but like you just do not do these things naturally. And then it's easy to take offense at that and like read into that and be like, oh, well, it's because you don't love me or you don't care about me. Like I've told you my needs are and you're not meeting them. The other person's trying to explain to you like, I'm just not wired that way.
Yeah.
I just do not think that way.
Was your family of origin like affectionate as far as hugs and stuff like that?
My mom was. Yeah, my
Yeah, I
mom
could see
is.
that.
Yeah, your mom
she's-
is.
Yeah, as you guys know. I mean, she can't keep her hands off you. You know, she's very, very
Nor do I ask her to.
affectionate. No, mom was like lots of hugs and kisses. Dad, fine.
Lots of hugs and kisses.
Yeah, not really. His dad is more just kind of in another room most of the time doing his own thing. What about you?
No.
I feel like in Iowa, you guys like shook hands and didn't make eye contact.
Yeah. It was just a good handshake, a good hearty handshake.
Good hearty handshake.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Happy anniversary. Happy
Yes.
anniversary.
And happy anniversary to you as well.
We should do this again next year.
No, but like,
How are the animals today?
The animals. How are the crops? The yield's been good. Season's been good to us.
No, like hugs still feel weird to me.
Okay.
Like my dad's side of the family, a few people, mostly my female cousins and my aunt,
Okay.
hug, and then my sister's a big hugger.
I feel like in feminine culture, it's very acceptable to just hug
Yes.
hello. It's just you could just do that.
Everybody else, no, we
Yeah.
never really did.
Okay.
And even like Laura and I were just talking about this morning. Like even things like just things that you learn that you kind of take responsibility for, like manners.
Okay.
You know, saying please and thank you
Yeah.
for stuff. You know, like she never did that.
Oh.
She never grew up that way.
Yeah.
Like, because it was like mom took care of it.
Yeah.
Like mom just did this.
You just don't
Mom
really
cleaned
say
up.
anything. It's not expected.
Yeah,
It's
you're
just
like,
not
yeah, it's
offered.
like, okay, I'm done eating. Leave my dishes there and go. Leave. Mom
Yeah.
takes care of it.
Right.
You know, and it's not until you like become an adult or you know interact with other people and you're
Right.
like, oh, no one's here to take this stuff. What happens to these dishes?
Yeah. They magically go away.
It's
like
like
that
a
basket that
weird,
does the
sly
laundry.
way that you're telling Laura on the show to put the fucking dishes in the dishwasher.
Yeah, I feel like this is how he's doing it.
That's,
Actually,
that's what I'm hearing right now.
This is going to be his new
Probably.
method to passive aggressively
Yeah,
just
now that
slip
Laura's listening to
information
the
in
show.
there.
No, it's actually, as I think about it, I'm the one.
I have a feeling
actually
you're
the
the
problem.
offender, yeah.
Like I just
Who
don't
is-
put
who is
shit
Oh,
the
I'm just
more
looking around the room
affectionate?
to see if there's more surprise.
that's right.
And there's not.
In your relationship, who is more affectionate? What is your love language? I feel like this has been discussed years
Ooh.
ago, but I don't even know.
Mine's physical touch, oddly enough. I
Okay.
guess mainly because I crave it because I never
you crave
had it.
those handshakes. Nothing gets me off
Oh,
faster.
A good
Nice,
handshake.
firm handshake. When she puts her other hand on my elbow, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
this is
that's
happening.
And so and when she switches the handshake where we're holding each other's thumbs.
flip it to flip
The
it.
bro
Oh my
grab.
god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Quick back pound of the fist. Oh, I'm all the
So
way in.
hard.
What is Laura's love language?
I should know this.
Oh yeah,
It's
You are getting
verbal.
married, buddy.
What's the verbal one? Just the
affirmation.
affirmation.
Okay,
that's
yeah,
what it
verbal
would be.
affirmation.
Verbal
I think,
affirmation.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
the old attaboy. Okay.
Yep. Oh, she loves a good attaboy.
Yeah, ladies
Yeah.
love a good attaboy. You're doing real good there, fella.
Yeah.
Keep it up, sport.
Keep it up, sport. Great job, champ. I now want to do that for like a week and just see how long it takes. Just keep using these way to
Hey,
go,
Chief.
Yeah. Hey, Chief, how's your day? And just wait until like this gets brought up.
Can you go home tonight and call your wife Chief?
Yeah, Chief.
And please record it. I
How's
think
your
that
day,
would be
Chief?
really funny.
No, but I get this question, and I appreciate it because I think for a lot of couples, it's weird to us that, you organically fall for each other. It's a great connection. But then realizing that, like, no, the way that you do your relationship, and this is another piece too, we often, as Anthony said, we often do what comes naturally to us, right? It goes back to the old treat others the way you want to be treated thing, which is very natural. I think that is a lot of times you can figure out your partner's love language by what they keep trying to do at you, like the way they're trying to show you love. and you're sort of like I know for us, we've been married 19 years now, but early in the relationship, I discovered that hers was quality time. And for me, I do not care. Like, I don't need to hang out after work. I don't want to watch a show with you. Like, you can go watch another show in another room. That does not offend me. But I would do that. And she would just be like, wow, I guess that we're fighting. And then she'd kind of be a bitch to me. I'm like, why are we, what's going on? Like, I said hi. Like, we're good. What the fuck? And then realizing, like, okay, so she would try to spend time with me, and I'd just be like, go away. Like, I want to play Mega Man. Like, what are we doing right now? You realize that about the other person. And so, like, I love this question because I think for a lot of couples, that is a really, like, difficult thing to sort of sit down and say, okay, let's notice this, because a lot of times you don't notice it. You just feel a certain way. And I like that Anthony's noticing it and learning from it, because a lot of people will say, and I'll hear this in therapy, they'll be like, my partner doesn't love me. My partner doesn't care about me. And I'll be like, well, why do you think that? And like, you'll talk to the partner and be like, so what's going on? Or like, you falling apart, you don't care for this person. Like, I'm wild
shake my
about this
hand
person
anymore.
Right, yeah. And it's like, well, you don't ever give me hugs. And they're like, what does that have to do with it? I love you. And it's like, that I don't feel like you do. Yeah. So realizing this, I think, is huge. And then what I love about the love languages, a lot of people complain about it now because they're like, it's a really dated paradigm. They don't like the concept. I like it because it places an intentional effort in the relationship that your partner is not going to passively, through osmosis, pick up affection or feel like something's happening in this relationship. That's not going to do it. Like, you've actually got to send that their way, and it burdens you with doing that in the way they best receive, to take the time to get to know your partner and be intentional. And that's what I loved about that Love Nudge app, and I think why the books have been so wildly successful, is because it basically says, here's a list of suggestions, and if a person is this way, they like gifts, they like quality time, they like words of affirmation, they like physical touch, like, these are things that you should do for them. And it's good that a book would teach you that, because you don't naturally think that way. Like for you, Nick, I'm pointing at Nick, I feel like yours is not probably words of affirmation. I feel like, because like you just said, it's physical touch. Do you know what your second one is?
What are my options?
Words of affirmation, physical touch,
money,
gifts is one.
Oh.
Acts of service, just solving a problem in your life, and quality time. If I had to guess, I would say yours, physical touch, fine, but then I would probably say your next one is maybe acts of service. Like, I feel like if somebody just solves a problem for you, they're like, thank you. Like that. Yes, that was great.
Yeah, I think so, probably. Because if Laura just, here's a good example. If she goes out to eat with one of her friends or goes out to eat with her sister or something, and she brings me back something, like a dessert or something.
Like, you thought of me. That was
like
sweet.
Leftovers.
Yeah.
I was like, that totally makes my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you do not need compliments very much. Like, in the years that I've worked with you.
I prefer not to have them.
I've noticed that. Because in the years that we've worked together, there have been times where I tend to give out praise generously to team members and stuff. Like, I try to give people their flowers. Like, I have this whole mantra about like being intentional about that, because I think I need that in my life, right? So I'd naturally give that away. And throughout the years, I can think of so many times that I've tried to pay you a genuine compliment, and I remember just watching you the most fucking uncomfortable you've ever been. Like, I think there's been times you've literally interrupted me. I'm like, so you going to get the nachos or what? And I'm like, no, bro, you really handle this. Thanks, man. I get it. And I'm like, Jesus, like, you're not about that. So
you're embarrassing me.
Stop it. Well, I do tell every restaurant that it's your birthday as well, because mostly for the free dessert. You're welcome.
Fair.
What are your love languages, Jacob?
I just like to be left alone.
Oh, that's the sixth one, I think.
Yeah.
That's just mind your own fucking business.
I mean, almost 8 billion people on the planet love Jacob.
That's right.
I've never felt
virtually all of them.
There's this one chick that lives here. It's kind of up my ass. Not about that one. Sure do like everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah. I like the idea of like working on this, though, Anthony.
I think, with the app is nice, but honestly, the app just gives you, a reminder. So there's ways to do it without the app. If the app is glitchy, you can do an old school way of figuring it out.
Yeah.
For me, I just kind of make a conscious effort every day to do certain things, or like pay compliments. And it's one of those things, like, to me, I feel like the more I say this, the less it means.
Okay.
But that's my interpretation of it.
Trying to inflate the currency.
Yeah, but that's not true for the person receiving it.
Right.
If verbal affirmations is what this person needs, it doesn't seem to
It
anyway,
does not.
lose its power over
No,
time.
no.
It seems like it's always valuable currency.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. The other thing about that too, so like first off, I agree with you. The app was a useful way to connect a couple of dots, but those dots can easily be connected with Google Calendar or whatever you're scheduling, like your Apple person, whatever. Like back in the day before the app, that's what I did. Is like I just bought the book and then just like downloaded a list of all the suggestions that the book had, or like people in the world had made extra lists and like extra long ones for different like categories. And I just gone through and found ones that matched my spouse, and I just scheduled them in my calendar. And I just set reminders like, every week, like try this, it'd just be like it would be an all day reminder. So it'd just pop up and be like, today, try to do this. And it'd be like, send a text message or whatever. And I'd be like, oh, okay. And I just do it and then click the little task complete button, and it was done. So like, I mean, you can do that, Anthony, without the app. I mean, it's just there to skip a step and make it a little bit easier. It's tough though, because I think sometimes like in Anthony's case, if you're a person who gives a lot of affection, a lot of times that person is also the one who's going to do the love languages, because they're like, great, I want to be putting in energy in our relationship. And a lot of times the other person maybe doesn't do that. And you're like, why don't you care? And they're like, I just don't even think to do things in the relationship.
I think a thing that's helpful too, just a little trick, is like to try to make your thoughts obvious to the other person.
I like that.
Like, so like, if I'm out like golfing, this actually just happened the other day.
Oh, God,
I was
brought
out
it back to golf. Just drink.
This
Everybody
is the first
drink.
time today I've brought it up.
Only an hour into this. God damn.
I was golfing and something reminded me of Laura.
Okay.
So I sent her a text message.
Oh, there you go. Right away.
Okay, like
Yep.
just right away. Hey, is thinking about this or whatever.
Yeah.
A
And it's
female
just-
dog just walked across the golf course, and I
Yeah.
thought of you.
Thought of you. It's an alligator on the 9th hole.
Yeah.
I just twisted my ankle, and the pain made me think of you.
I just saw two rabbits having sex in a bush.
You up?
Yeah. But
I
like,
just saw two golfers having sex in a bush
I just saw
next
John
to the
Daly.
rabbits.
yeah, next to
Just thinking about you.
You'll never guess which one was going faster. Oh yeah, it was the rabbits. It was the rabbits.
but honestly, it's the like, if the other person could see your thoughts, they
Right.
would know how much you care, but they can't.
Right.
So you have to be able to translate your thoughts into something that they can experience, whether that be verbally, written, or
Right.
through acts of service or whatever it is.
One thing I really like about this letter
Complimenting
too.
the badonkadonk.
You got to give that badonkadonk a little slap. But no, like one thing that I see go wrong in a lot of relationships is people will be critical of the needs of the other person, because they'll be like, your family was weird. Like, you guys were all huggy kissy and you're all codependent and you're all enmeshed, or what, like these really unkind interpretations of something.
Christmas presents are the one that still gets me.
Okay.
With my wife's family. My wife's family is a Christmas present given motherfucker
I think
group.
you've
Oh,
mentioned
yeah,
that they are
yeah.
generous at Christmas.
It is. It's not even generous. It's just a lot.
It's excessive.
It is just, like, I will go to like that family Christmas and I will leave with like 20 gifts.
Jesus.
Wow.
And it's not that many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only 2 people.
Like, there are fewer than 20 of us there.
Yeah.
It's so much, and I just did not grow up that way.
I think
I
it's
grew up
fine.
and like my family gives each other like a gift or two.
Okay.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
would usually get like one big gift.
Yeah.
And then like a couple really small
When you were
things.
kids,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And that
Our
was,
family
But certainly
was more
not
like,
as adults.
no.
I'm talking
no.
about like currently.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll go to my in-laws.
Oh,
and-
currently-
and leave with like 20 gifts.
Among the adults, we do one.
right.
Like we usually do a Secret Santa.
We've
and then
stopped.
Everybody's assigned.
We've stopped completely.
Yeah, I love that strategy.
I do too.
I think it's great.
We were all, and that was the great thing, is we were all on the same page.
Yes.
We were all like,
Oh
hey,
man.
I'm going to give you the gift of not feeling obligated to get me anything.
That's
Yeah.
all I want
Yeah.
for Christmas. I think we should all, like, our family, there's now, like, everybody's having kids. Like, for the longest time, I was the only one with any kids. So now everybody's got kids, and I would love to transition to we all get the kid shit.
Yeah.
Every kid gets a gift from every aunt and uncle or every couple. That would be great. All the cousins can get each other gifts. That's great. And I would love for the adults to just be out of this shit. Because it is the fucking worst.
Our family used to do just a, it wasn't like a Secret Santa, but it was like a,
Designated.
yeah,
Like,
you'd just get a person.
Okay.
You'd draw a
which
name.
is sensible.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like, so you'd show up with gifts for the kids and for the one adult that
Yeah.
you drew.
See, but what I like about this, though, what?
I have yet to get Laura's mom a gift that she appreciates.
Oh no. Maybe you should get there. The gift.
Can we
Shut the
hear
fuck
about
up.
some of the gifts?
Yeah.
What are some of the gifts that you got?
Please be
So
awful.
one of them was a weighted blanket.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. I think she returned that
Did
one.
you throw it at her?
Yeah, I know.
I did.
Okay.
It was just some dumbbells.
But that's my family's love language.
Right. Yeah,
We
yeah.
throw
Yeah,
gifts
that's
at
how
it.
we do it.
Throwing
Yeah.
weighted things.
Where we grew up, you throw things in people's faces.
Yeah.
So a blanket that she didn't care for.
Okay.
I got a few years back, I got my mom one of those digital frames.
Okay.
Oh, I love
you
that
can-
move. Yeah.
Yes.
And you
And
can
that
upload
has
things
been
from the cloud.
amazing.
And
Yeah.
so
So,
she's great because she's constantly seeing updates.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
loves
so
it.
anytime Laura and I go on vacation or something, I'm
Yeah,
always posting
right.
shit up there. She absolutely loves it. So my mom loves it. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to get Laura's mom. And I still have not seen it anywhere in the house.
How great would it be if he accidentally synced the wrong photo folder to the mother-in-law? That would just be great.
Can you share the mother-in-law's photo folder?
Oh, put it on the
Address?
internet.
Oh,
We'll
you
all
know
just
what?
dump photos.
Actually, what's yours?
Yeah, I should.
Dude,
If
that
you
would
would've
be a
said-
great idea for us. Like in the next
Oh, we
studio,
should
we
get a
should get a
digital-
digital frame and put the fucking address on the Patreon and just let everybody put
That
in
is a
photos.
great idea.
That would be fun. That would be really cool. It'd be a lot of dick pics, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we've asked for them before.
Yeah.
We'll finally get them.
We can't have them on Twitch though.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah,
too.
Twitch. We can't have dicks on Twitch
Okay, so none
except
of
for
that.
Jim.
All right. But no, I do like this idea. Like, I appreciate, because I see this a lot where couples will be very critical of the other style and they'll categorize it a certain way. They'll be like, oh, your family was dysfunctional, or your family was, excessive or codependent or whatever. Or your family is stoic and unattached and you guys are cold and distant. And I really dislike those interpretations. It's just not fair. Like,
Well, it's because that's a judgment.
yeah.
It's one thing to be like, I'm not used to this,
Yeah.
or my family didn't go this way, or this seems foreign to me.
Right.
That's perfectly fine. But
Yes.
then to judge it on top of it, I
hate
think that's
No.
harmful.
No, and it also excuses you from any like obligation to do for your partner, because then you're like, no,
Yeah.
you are too needy. That's the problem. And like, it's tough because as a therapist that comes up, right? Because they'll be like, Jim, make a judgment call here. Is this person too needy? Do they need to work on like reining it in a little bit?
If you have
or
to
is this
ask.
other person too cold? And it's like tough to kind of like, as Anthony says, like, how do you kind of meet in the middle on some of these love language needs? Like, we have to, and Anthony, I think that that's a fair question to ask, because I do think that there's room for us to ask ourselves, am I needing too much reassurance in this relationship? And that's exactly what Anthony talked about, is like, I'm seeking a lot of reassurance. That's how I feel safe in the relationship, is you've been making some kind of gesture toward me or signaling to me with affection. And it's difficult because I think as relationships do grow in maturity and they do get more comfortable, I think that there is kind of a natural waning of a lot of that affection, and that can fill in with insecurity. And I think a lot of times the partner who's sort of rescinding that affection, they get annoyed and they're sort of like, hey, I've already put in my due diligence. Like, I shouldn't have to keep reassuring you that we're okay. We have time for that. We have history for that. That's what does it. Go back in the photo album. I've stuck around. We're still together. Like, we're obviously okay. But I don't know. Like, it's a very delicate balance, which I think is only best solved with communication. But I would also just caution you, Anthony, like, when you're the person in that place where you do need that reassurance, I really think you've got to grow as a person too through that process of relationship. That was something that I had to go through a lot of like transformation in, was like realizing, okay, like some of the things that I'm needing in this relationship, I am not going to get. And like, that doesn't mean that you're not loved. That doesn't mean you're not important, but you've got to like have that personal ability to reassure yourself, to come back to your own history, to find other things that your partner does that are meant to be communicating of love. And I think that matters too, because a lot of times the love language theory can like nullify what people naturally do, because it's like, well, that's not what I need. And I don't think that's fair either. Like, if your partner naturally cooks for you or does something sweet, like gets you the leftover or does some other nice thing, like does a chore or something like that, and just that is how they show love.
Licks
but
your
you
asshole.
do not licks your butthole occasionally, a special occasion.
And well, everybody does that.
Oh, yeah, like it's a something, just like a normal special occasion.
In Iowa, that's just how we greet people.
Just say hello, quick little lick-a-doo. So yeah, but like, I think it's tough because some people will be like, well, that doesn't count because that's not how I receive love. I don't love that either, man. Like, I think you've got to also have the sense of like, I know your intentions. I remember once, like, I heard a therapist describe it as like, if a little kid draws you a picture and you look at that and go, but I don't give a fuck about art and I don't care about this and I don't like to.
I already have a
shit.
picture.
Yeah, I already have pictures. I have selfies that are way fucking better than this. Thanks a lot. You're a douche because you don't appreciate that little kid put their heart into that little potato figure of you, and that was meant to be this thing of like, I was thinking about you. You're the best. Like, I like you. I hope you receive it in the intention it was offered, right? And like, to me, Anthony, that's also meeting in the middle per your question. Like, I think that's part of it too, is understanding the other person's intentions on things that don't resonate with you and learning to lean in that direction too, so that can still count for something and reminding yourself to make it count.
Yep.
Lick that butthole, Anthony. Anyway, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're talking about losing life's passion. You're listening to Pod Therapy.
Today's episode is brought to you by Smitty Scoop, Mason Miller, Tess Miller, Byler T, Paris, Team Monaco, Oscar Swanrose, Hannah Marie, Emma Kane, Myra, and Sam Combs. Would you like to sponsor the show? Become a therapy producer at patreon.com.
Episode title is just
/therapy.
slurping sound. I think that'll make sense.
All right.
You just reminded me of something that happened to me at a gig a long, long time ago.
Wow, does
I-
this happen often at gigs?
I just okay. You've reminded me of two things that happened at gigs.
Yes.
But one of them was I went and saw a children's theater production of some show, and it was a children's theater company that I just started working for, and I said after the show was over with to the woman who was directing it, who was a new coworker of mine, said, "Yeah, I mean, for a kid's show, it was really good. I thought it was, and I was being just genuine, and like I was really happy with it, and was in a good mood. I was like, man, for a kid's show, that was so good." And she like got a little dour and was like, "Don't do the for a kids show thing.
Oh, come on.
Just say it's either good or bad."
Okay.
It's like, oh, well, in that case, it was shit.
If we're not grading on a curve.
I worked on Broadway, bitch. All right.
Like,
This was no Cats.
I saw Les Mis
that
in
right
New York a week and a half ago. This was much worse.
Don't add the caveat for a kid show. Just say
I was like, it was
a
fucking
great
complimenting it and saying that I had enjoyed my time.
That
And,
is
like,
so salty.
Yeah.
That is just dumb.
Like,
Come
never
on.
mind.
Get the stick out of
It
your
was shitty
butt.
then.
That's dumb. Wow. Just say it was a good show. Okay, it wasn't.
that it was bad.
Yeah. You're welcome. Trivia.
Wow.
Several of the children didn't look suited to the parts they were playing at all.
That kid that played the tree sucked a bag of dicks.
Old Deuteronomy, I'm not even sure if he was a cat.
I'll be honest, I don't think that beard was real. All right.
I saw that kid before the show. He was 4.
Trivia from Emma.
Ooh.
Before they were famous.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is going to have to be multiple choice, I think.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob.
All right.
A little showdown action, Jake. A little 1v1.
Who once worked as a telemarketer selling ballpoint pens?
Okay.
A. Brad Pitt. B. Jennifer Aniston. C. Johnny Depp. Or D. George Clooney.
Jeez, man.
I know I've heard this before.
Oh.
Clooney.
I like that answer a lot.
No.
Oh, that's where my heart was. Do I get rebounds on this?
Sure.
All right, it's going to be a process of elimination until Nick just fucking gets 5 points. Give me Johnny Depp.
It is Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Give you half a point for that.
I'll take that. I'll take that half a point.
All right. Jim, which actress was once a human statue in New York's Central Park?
Oh, my God.
Lucy Liu, Angelina Jolie, Whoopi Goldberg, or Kristen Wiig?
Kristen Wiig.
No.
Shit.
Oh. Angelina Jolie, Whoopi Goldberg, and who?
Lucy Liu.
Bro, it cannot be Angelina Jolie. She was famous as a kid. There's no way she would even bother with that shit.
I'll say Whoopi.
I feel good about Whoopi.
No.
Okay, Lucy Liu.
I believe that's my point now.
Shit.
Wow.
Both. This guy's an asshole.
Yes.
Who was it?
Lucy Liu.
It was Lucy Liu.
Damn it.
All
to
right.
Jacob.
This Marvel star used to be a children's party entertainer dressed as a giant chicken.
Oh, wow.
Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Paul Rudd, or Hugh Jackman?
Oh, wow.
Hugh Jackman.
I feel good about it.
Hugh Jackman.
Hey.
Because he was like a PE teacher.
8 points.
Damn
Oh,
it.
he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
There's
do
a whole
remember that.
bit where he's on the red carpet and like one of his old students became a member of the press and he interviews him and he recognizes him.
Yeah.
And he's like not answering the guy's questions. Instead, he's asking the guy questions. He's like, "So have you kept up with your physical education?" The guy's like, "Not really, man. I became a reporter." He's like, "Oh, so you do some push-ups."
Okay.
Climb this rope.
Jim, before landing major roles, who cleaned chicken coops and sold newspapers door to door?
Okay.
Tom Cruise, Harrison Ford, Jim Carrey, or Robert De Niro?
Oh, boy. Yeah, De Niro's another one. He's been doing this a long time. Jim Carrey's been doing this a long time.
What did he do? Clean chicken coops
Clean
and what?
chicken coops.
Sold newspapers door to door.
Okay.
What was the first one?
Tom Cruise,
No, it's not Tom Cruise. Who's the third one?
Jim Carrey,
Second one.
Harrison Ford. Do you want me to go
Give me
over all of
Harrison
them?
Ford. Harrison Ford feels like a guy who kind of stumbled into his fame.
I don't think so.
No,
Shit.
I think it's De Niro.
both wrong.
Who was it?
Jim Carrey.
Ah.
Harrison
Canada,
Ford
maybe.
was a carpenter.
I knew. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yes.
Shit. All right. I think I'm winning by 5 points.
We'll
Somewhere
go
around
with
there. All right. Losing life's passion. Hello, pod therapists. Hopefully all of you. I like how everybody's referencing Whitney. Fuck you, writer.
You can't count on Whitney.
Sorry, she's a flake. I'm a relatively new listener, and I remember hearing episode 1 and mumbling to myself, thank God I'll never need to ask them a question, and yet here I am. Wow,
Yeah,
fuck you, writer.
We won you over.
All right. I'm in therapy. I talk to my friends, wild, I know, and I've built a good toolkit for my mental health. But there's one topic I'd love to hear your thoughts on. I grew up with more vintage cars than siblings, and they definitely received more love too. These cars have become the most important thing in my life, but they require a lot of work and knowledge to maintain. So, from early on, I showed interest in learning how my father restored them. Despite that, and unless Easter and Christmas fell on the same day, he was never keen to teach me. So I thought, fine, I'll prove to him that I'm serious. I studied mechanical engineering. I even worked for a while in the modern engine industry, but it wasn't my thing. During a project in Australia, I fell in love with a man and the adventures we had in his vintage cars. Long story short, he turned out to be a narcissist like my dad. He also didn't let me in the workshop or behind the wheel. It took me far too long, but I finally left him to fulfill my life dream by myself. I moved to the UK to finally learn how to restore cars properly in a real workshop. I found a garage, sorted my visa, and made it happen. But over the past year, they slowly pushed me out of the workshop and into the role of the tea lady and desk dust catcher. I bought my own car and through trial and error began restoring those myself. I've learned a lot, but I'm exhausted. I poured all my savings into trying to make this life possible. And the situation at work frustrates every cell in my body. And as the cherry on top, or was it the filling, I'm leaving the vintage car world because I've been bullied out of it, mostly out of jealousy, I assume. I worked hard to earn my place, but I was constantly met with resistance, condescension, and subtle, and not so subtle, ways of being told I didn't belong. I tried to stay strong, but it's worn me down more than I care to admit. After much back and forth, I've accepted a spot on a psychology conversion master's program. I'll leave my job in a month. A few years ago, while studying for a semester in Israel, a professor read my final paper and made it his mission to convince me that my place was in psychology. I'm fascinated by human decision-making and everything that comes with it, but I never thought I could make a difference, especially because my father always told me psychology was wizard poop and not a real profession. Also, wizard poop, fucking episode title. That's fantastic. I'm trying
I like
to break...
it better than licking buttholes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Skip the slurping sounds. Okay,
Yeah.
got that.
You shall not poo.
Oh, man, I really thought you were going to go with you shall lick my ass or something. Right there. It was right there. So here I am. And yet the
Thanks for the criticism there, James.
Yeah, I have notes.
For a child.
Yeah. Oh. This is really good.
That's a pretty good joke for a child.
And yet, the closer I get to leaving the vintage car world, the more I feel like I'm breaking. Despite the struggles and always depending on the support of others, I had some amazing adventures last year. I'll miss the cars, not for their material value, but for the life I lived with them. And now I'm swapping all that for what feels like a boring psych student life that so many people choose. Everyone keeps telling me I can always come back to vintage cars later, but I fought for so long to finally own one. I have to sell them now for many reasons, and to be allowed to work on them. Now that I'm so close, I have to let it all go again. So I guess here are my questions. How can something feel so deeply like my life's purpose and yet leave me so exhausted? And if it is my life's purpose, why am I running constantly in situations that why am I constantly running into situations that want to prove the opposite? And how do I cope with this overwhelming feeling of becoming an insignificant person? Sorry for the ramble. My grammar school teacher told me 20 years ago that summaries aren't my strength. But to be fair, she also said I'd never managed to form a full sentence in English.
She was closer to right on that last one.
Thank you so much. The anonymous insignificant, my pronouns are she and her.
So this actually kind of, first of all, writer, sucks because it does feel to me that at least to some degree, some of this is just being a female working in a male-dominated industry.
Yeah, that's probably a big part of
it. And that
it.
really sucks.
That blows.
Have you guys seen on Netflix, there's they do the Untold series where they break down like a sports story or something. And they've got one on Hope Solo.
Okay.
Who's Hope Solo?
Okay.
Soccer player.
Oh.
Yes. She was huge. Like, as far as like women's
For
soccer.
a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Andre the Giant?
Yeah.
Pretty big girl.
I mean, glandular disorder.
Back
Jesus.
in like late it would be early 2000s. She was the big name.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was all over. Like when you thought of women's soccer, Hope Solo, that was the name. She
like
was
she
the
would paint,
goalkeeper.
like she would paint her face, and she would run down to the ring and shake the ropes. and
Okay.
yell at people.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then all of a sudden she just disappeared. Like
Dead?
she didn't exist at
But
all.
she fell into a hole.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. Like Whitney?
So
Whatever
this,
her name was?
So this story is fucking fascinating.
Okay.
If you get the chance to watch that on Netflix, this little documentary. Now, granted, it's probably one-sided because
Okay.
it really kind of focuses on her side of the story versus U.S. women's soccer.
Okay.
But the whole thing of how she's just pretty much like persona non grata, like
Oh, geez.
completely excommunicated from women's soccer and how that all happened. And some of the things were like comments that she made. She is very outspoken. You ask her a question, she'll say what she thinks.
Shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
Hope
And
Solo.
so, but anyway, the thing that I left with at the end of that was like, had that been a male athlete that said the exact same thing,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have even made the news.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because it was her and it was just a completely different
Yeah.
world, it became a huge deal.
Yeah.
And it's
That
just
sucks.
Yeah, and this letter kind of reminded me of
I feel
that.
like that's one of the most tired things that you'll bump into in any industry. Like you'll meet a female police officer, and like pointing out that this is a female police officer just seems dumb. And like, but it's like the number one thing I'll see people do is like, this person's the writer's a mechanical.
That's why
engineer.
I always just say hottie police officer.
Yeah. Hottie
It's
with the
much
body and the
more-
badge. Yeah,
right,
they like
it's
that.
Much
Yeah.
more respectful.
Yeah. They really appreciate when you just say that. Badge with badge. But no, like episode title. No, but like this comes up a lot. Like, and it just sucks because you're working in vintage cars. You're kind of signaled over and over again that you don't belong. You're a mechanical engineer, and there's sort of like this energy of like, oh, that's cute, you know, like you're not one of us. You like the writer keeps talking about earning the opportunity to work on vintage cars. Is there something I'm not understanding about this? That like you have to.
You're not doing the math all the way through.
Okay.
So if I have a vintage car, if I own a vintage car, there aren't that many of them.
Oh.
So if I own a vintage car, I get to be picky with who I'm going to allow to work on my vintage car.
I see.
So if you don't own one, like if you own one and you want to work on it,
I see.
knock yourself out.
So she's not getting opportunities, maybe because of stigma, not getting taken into body shops because
Who
it's
knows?
like, well, maybe we don't, think that we can showcase her work.
Maybe.
Wow, interesting.
It's also, I mean, vintage cars, it's also a weird one because it's almost a hobby made into a profession.
okay.
Because, like, the people you're dealing with are almost all going to be basically, I mean, it's a different form of being a hobbyist, right?
Yeah,
Like collecting a vintage car. So, I mean, that puts you in a weird mindset.
yeah,
Because then it also, you're getting into that, like, people are doing this for more reasons than just having a vintage car.
right.
They might have it, like, a father might buy one to work on with their son.
Okay.
It could be things like that. I don't know. I mean, it's probably a lot of sticky little things to wade through in that industry.
Yeah, I'll bet. It's interesting how the writer talks about kind of that self-awareness of this was something my dad loved more than me. And
Right.
so I wanted to be good at this, and I like it. Kind of like the writer seems pretty aware. Like there was kind of a quest for dad's approval throughout the years. Dad
Right.
turned out to be kind of a narcissist. I even bumped into other relationships that were like again familiar to me because like this was similar to my father, and it took me a little bit to like connect these dots. And it seems like the writer's been on in many ways a lifelong sort of journey of revelation through the lens of the vintage car stuff and like this pursuit, realizing like a lot of this just has to do with me accepting that Dad may never approve or whatever. I may not win that affection that I've kind of like been yearning for my whole life, and that's fine. Like maybe I'm ready to go like blaze my own trail. It's interesting, this idea of like knowing your life's purpose and like hitting these headwinds, hitting these obstacles. And if it is my life's purpose, do I get exhausted? That's an interesting concept of like life's purpose.
It's so hard because I'm betting this is a lot like the entertainment world. People trying to break into that to work inside. Because I mean, it's just going to be such a niche community in so many ways. For your life's purpose to be tied directly to your income, always makes me feel a little weird because life's purpose seems bigger to me than your gig.
Yeah,
like if you love working on old cars,
right,
then you get a gig, whatever job you have, and then your hobby is working on older cars.
Yeah.
Because that's what you want to be doing. That's what you want to spend time doing. And if you can make a living doing it as well, maybe bonus. But at the same time, like this situation shows us, like maybe not bonus.
Right.
Maybe it kind of sours you on the whole thing.
Yeah.
The thing that makes me kind of itchy or kind of weird is just the idea of a life's purpose in general.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people talk
you
about
were
that.
meant to do this.
Yeah,
I found my special purpose.
Yeah, I've never felt that way.
Yeah.
Because to me that feels very like fate driven.
Yeah.
But Nick, I think you're just such a wonderful person, and I think you're so good at achieving your life's purpose.
Yeah.
And you're so attractive while you're doing it, and so handsome and rugged looking.
Yeah, I like
you
it
make
too.
a good point.
And really just so kind and
maybe your
giving
purpose
and
is to
generous.
be really,
This
really,
is,
really
all the
ridiculously
compliments.
good looking.
Yes,
you're doing great, by the way. I like this.
Physical touch actually is my.
Give me a handy.
Yeah.
There it is.
There we go. Oh,
I wish we had a Twitch stream. Just the foot went right
The
across.
foot, yes.
Right across. Just started
Yes.
rubbing his thighs.
Your
Just
toes
very
on my
good.
cheeks just feel
Love it.
amazing.
Which cheeks?
Yeah. All the cheeks.
I wasn't aiming for the cheeks.
Get them all in there. Yeah, I hear you, though. There's a particular world
I think,
view that will align
because
with
like
that,
to say I have like life's purpose, it puts so much pressure on you. Like number one, like you got to be good at this thing,
Right.
Right.
and you damn well better enjoy it.
Right.
I mean, it just seems like a lot of pressure to put on yourself.
And
that
you hear
maybe doesn't
people
need to be
do
there.
like say the shit like, if you love what you do, you never go to work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And then when you get through with work on something that you think you love, and it felt like a day at work,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're like, wait, do I really love this thing? And you start questioning. And I mean, tying it to your income gets sticky really fast.
I'm a big-
What Nick said too.
I also like this. So, like, this is problematic as a way of thinking because I do think it puts you in an identity box that then you're scared to leave because, like, who am I if I'm not this thing?
Yeah.
And I think it's fascinating. Like, for me, I went through several, like, career evolutions. Like, I originally went to school to be a church pastor. Like, that's what I thought I was called to do. I felt a huge
Where'd you go to
religious
school for
conviction.
that?
Liberty University, sponsor of
I've
this
heard
podcast.
I've heard of that
Yeah,
somewhere. Where have I heard
really
that name
great.
before?
Usually in 4chan and a lot of hate media.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of Liberty drops.
Interesting,
there. Yeah,
interesting.
very strong population.
Okay.
So yeah, we show up at a lot of rallies. But yeah, no, like I mean, that was going to be my career, and so like my identity was wrapped up in that, and then I became a school teacher for 8 years, which I didn't intend to be a profession. I was trying to pursue the church stuff, and I kept hitting all these obstacles. I just could not get a position in a church. Either I was too young to be like, an adults pastor, or I was a little bit too old, and like they wanted to just kind of raise up their own, like, people from their own high school groups into college, and like didn't want to bring in this guy from outside, even though he went to school for it. And just like I could not find an opening. And I remember like really struggling with
Not
like,
the Catholic Church?
Yeah, the Catholic Church was not letting me in. Yeah. And
Because
so
the Catholic Church, I hear, is good at finding openings.
all day. But yeah, like I
hold
remember.
on, let me get behind this drum set here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, honestly, we're not using this thing. It's right there. Like we just mic that thing really fast. But I remember like going through that identity shift to being like, oh no, this is my life's purpose. And obviously it was very tied into religion at the time. And then like switching around.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said life's porpoise.
Porpoise. That's right. Flipper. So yeah, like and then like switching roles, becoming a teacher, and then switching roles again and going into mental health. And mental health can be one of those things that can like very much define you, right? Like, I mean, we started a podcast around it. We do a lot of charitable work around it. There's a lot of public education around it. I think the public welcomes it a lot. And so like you just become associated with it so much. Like that's who Jim is. Jim's a therapist, whatever. But like, it's a dangerous game because like I've been in the career now long enough that if I hit the lottery, I'd probably leave it. Like I'd probably be like, I'll still do pod therapy or something because I derive joy from this. But no, my identity doesn't have to be this anymore. Like if UNLV called me and said, hey man, we're just going to make you a professor and you're going to stick to teaching this stuff, forever. And like, you're not going to perform it anymore. I could see myself saying, okay, great. I'm going to be a professional teacher again. Like I could leave this identity. So like, I do think that there's a little bit of an interesting intermingling of putting too much of your identity into a profession. I get why it happens. I've struggled with it. But then it's like Jacob said, like I'll have a bad day at the office or like I suck and like I'm not doing very well as a therapist right now or something. And then I'll think like I am worthless. And it's like, no, it could also just be this industry is really tough. And like there's a lot of like landmines in it. Like the writer, it's like, hey, it could just be vintage cars is a very unique industry. And yep, the deck is stacked against you in a lot of ways. And that shouldn't be, your identity.
It also depends too, like how you enjoy it as a career that pays the bills,
right?
Versus how you enjoy it as a hobby,
right.
And those are two very different things.
And
I mean, maybe this is a good thing. That
I would take the opportunity while you have it to step back from it. I mean, like step back from it and kind of look at it and look at the place that it holds in your life, and maybe decide if you like that place.
I like that.
Maybe try and kind of think about it a little bit and kind of reflect on it a little bit. Maybe, dare I say, meditate on it a little bit.
Whoa! Getting all new age woo in this shit.
Yeah, throwing in the woo.
Okay, get a little woo in
but
there.
yeah, be mindful about it. Be thoughtful about it.
Yeah.
And be unafraid to examine it and examine
That's it.
how much happiness it is bringing to your life or how much sadness it's bringing to your life.
That's a good point. Because I think a lot of times we align with shit and we're like, no, this is who I am, this is what I do. And it's making me miserable.
Don't do the sunken cost fallacy thing on this. You don't want to be like, oh, I've spent however many years doing this.
Right.
I don't want to turn my life around now. No.
Yep.
We only have so much time to do all this shit.
Well, and
so do what you want to do.
That's directly connected to the second question. How do I accept insignificance? Overwhelming feeling of becoming an insignificant person. That's a big thing, but it kind of goes hand in hand with what you're saying of like, it's okay if that didn't work out.
Yeah.
Especially like in industries like entertainment and talent, there's so many people chasing the star.
Right.
And at some point, I'm sure many of them have to hit a point of like, okay, I'm not going to make it, quote unquote.
And I know people who have done that after they have made it.
Okay.
They have made it, done huge jobs, huge gigs, things that people have heard of, and then go like, cool, that was fun.
Yeah. And how do I accept that will not last forever?
I'm going to do something else now.
Wow. And they can just do something entirely different.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I would give some thought to what it means to be an insignificant person.
Yeah.
Because,
how are
again,
you more or
there's
less
like,
significant than other people? And how do you even measure that?
Or also, there's 8 billion people on the planet. I am insignificant to almost 8 billion of them.
Yeah.
About 8 billion of them.
Yeah. If I'm rounding up, it's
all of them.
Yeah.
Virtually all of them.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that my life isn't important. I'm very significant to me.
Right.
And
the dogs. I think the dogs are pretty into it.
I am my priority.
They're not putting the food out themselves.
That's right.
Yeah. So the people that I do have significance with, I think that's very important.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just the whole, who we define as significant or what we define as significant. I think it all it needs context.
I mean, we're spending time on it.
Right.
Yeah. It's been significant this segment at the very least.
Yep.
I think it's a really good existential question that I've often struggled with because I've listened to some really good talkers that have shared like some of the most important humans who have ever existed, right? Like people that shaped empires, right? Like Julius
Epstein.
Caesar. Yeah, Epstein. The greats.
Yeah.
You know, your Einsteins, your Epsteins.
Here we are.
Yeah.
talking about it.
Here we
right?
are talking
Still.
about
Epstein's, your
Guys
Hogans.
your Hogans. I have a story about that in a second. But, you know, like, no matter who you were or how significant you were, even if you owned the world, you're the Genghis Khan of your time, nobody gives a fuck today. Like, and so it does not take very long
Unless
before
you're
you
Genghis
achieve
Khan.
insignificance.
Or Epstein.
Yeah.
I would say he was pretty significant to a lot of people.
I mean, yeah. I'm saying, like, you won't,
Look at us,
you
we're
won't
talking
matter
about it.
forever.
Not in a great way.
So when Hulk Hogan died and they announced it, all of a sudden I remembered that in high school I'd gone to the 99-cent store with my buddy,
Oh, I
and
heard.
there had been a Hulk Hogan CD. It is Hulk Hogan and the Wrestling Boot Band, and I think it was just self-titled. I think it was just called Hulk Hogan, Hulkamaniac, something like that. And I remember we bought it as a joke and started listening to it, and kind of unironically got into it, and like really started like, this is great, like blast this shit all the time. And one track is called "When the Hulkster Comes to Heaven." And it's like, when the Hulkster comes to heaven, we'll tag up again. When we lose another Hulkamaniac, you know, like Hulk weeps. And like one day he'll
it a
find you in
ballad?
heaven. Yes, it's fucking awesome. Okay, it's so fucking good. And in a terrible kind of way, like just not good. So like when he died, I messaged my buddy who I haven't talked to like in probably 15 years. And I'm like, dude, do you remember this CD? And he sends back a photo of him holding the CD. Is that the Hulkster goes? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's just, listen to that horn. So good. Yes. Can we get away with this? Are we going to get flagged?
No, we're talking about it.
Okay. It's going to get flagged on YouTube, but whatever.
It might. I
I can take a few strikes on YouTube. But yeah, it was, anyway, Hulk Hogan, greatest entertainer of our time. Just really good guy.
Very significant.
Yeah, but he sent me back a photo of him holding the CD. He still had it. Like,
Nice.
that's really cool. That's a collector's item right now. Anyway,
Isn't it
Ryder,
though?
go buy a Hulk Hogan CD, I think is where I'm going with this. But no, like, insignificance. Like, Hulk Hogan just died. Oh, my God. He was so important for so many years. And, like, in 5, nobody will ever talk about him again. It'll just be a meme, and that'll be the end of it. There is no such thing as, like, significance in a sense. Like, it is inherently a lie that we tell ourselves so we can feel like we matter. So I really like that both of you are kind of, like, challenging that narrative to say, hey, like, redefine what significance is, or, like, to who, or, like, what else in your life you could be living for. Because if your whole point is to feel like you matter to an industry that doesn't fucking care about you or respect you, you're chasing the wind. You know, like, you'll never be satisfied. It'll never matter. It's like being famous enough to, like, matter or some bullshit like that. It's like, it doesn't. It's all inherently pointless. So, like, I kind of like what you said, Jacob, of, like, finding something that means something to you in the now, that you derive, you know, some kind of joy from, that meets your needs and is sustainable, and that it's about life and work life and just friendships and all that. Like, find other values, I think, to pursue versus just significance.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do you deal with being an insignificant person, Nick?
Who?
Exactly.
You're not talking to me.
That's right.
I'm very significant.
You won golf trophies, my man.
Yeah. I have the power to remove certain certifications.
Oh, are we doing
from
this again?
certain
Okay, great.
training
Yeah,
programs.
no. Fuck around and find out, Jim. No, I'm not. Never mind. I'd like to retract
I'd
my
say,
previous
you know,
comment.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not a very significant person to a lot of people. But to the people I am significant to, I'm very significant to.
I like that. Yeah, that's a key point. Yeah. So then, who matters in your life? And Ryder, I mean, like, not to psychoanalyze you too much here, but my last thought on this: you seem to have a lot of good insight into chasing your father's approval throughout life, and then also chasing other men and their approval of you, and in the same kind of way, like still trying to catch that thing that always eluded you. And I would just ask you to continue to reflect on that, like how much of that concept is really woven into your, you know, and again, that's not to minimize your own affection for vintage cars and like this being independently your hobby, something you discovered through your dad, but not something that necessarily always has to be redirected to your dad. I realize it could just be independent of him, but like questions like, would I still be significant if I abandoned that career and found something else? That kind of smacks of this idea of approval. And just, I think that that's interesting, and I would just encourage you to continue to meditate on that and ask that question of like, do I weave my sense of value and relevance through this one particular venue, and is there really just a vacancy of my father's approval? And like, is that what I'm really chasing?
Deep.
#deep. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're talking about how to have a backbone as a therapist. You're listening to Pod Therapy.
Today's episode is brought to you by Smitty Scoop, Mason Miller, Tess Miller, Byler, T, Paris, Team Monaco, Oscar Swanrose, Hannah Marie, Emma Kane, Myra, and Sam Cohn. Would you like to sponsor the show? Become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy.
All right, I'm ahead by 10.
Okay. Jacob, which Friends star
God damn it.
Oh.
once worked as a bicycle messenger in New York City?
I would give him a point
David
if he can name all of them.
Schwimmer, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, or Courtney Cox?
Gonna be one of the dudes.
Matthew Perry.
No.
Matt
Give me
LeBlanc.
LeBlanc. You can't rebound. Give me
I
a
did.
LeBlanc. Give me LeBlanc.
Rebounded.
It is Matt LeBlanc.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Got
Give me
my
that
own
half
rebound.
point, fool. What? God damn it.
Who was discovered working while at a fast food restaurant called Tommy's?
This is also Friends related?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess you need options, don't you?
Yeah,
Just
that would help.
any celebrity.
Okay, yeah, no, there's only like 5 of them, right?
Charlize Theron.
Ooh.
Oh, it's that one.
Jennifer Lopez,
No.
Eva Mendes, or Megan Fox?
No, Charlie's Theron.
It's
Jim's turn.
It's my
is
turn.
Jim's.
Oh,
not,
shit.
I'm not falling for your fuckery. all
Okay.
right? I'll tell you right now.
Great.
Too obvious, my man.
Okay.
Okay? Not subtle.
Good. Don't fall for it.
I'll bet you it's Eva Menendez?
Eva Mendes?
That one. She is so gorgeous
Menendez.
that I feel like if she just
She's
walked
the
up
Menendez sister.
and she was like serving you, you'd be like, you just should be
Before
a movie
becoming
star.
famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her
Is it that
first
one?
role was on Court TV.
She was better known as the younger
Eva
sister of
Mendes.
the Menendez brothers.
Oh, that's right. Those guys are murderers.
It was
Never mind.
not Eva Mendes.
Shit.
Would you like
Charlize
to
Theron.
rebound? Yes, it is.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God.
you got
wow.
played.
I really 100% thought you were fucking with me.
Oh, I was.
God damn it.
Okay, Jacob.
I absolutely just picked one and went with it, and then got
And it
lucky.
just turned out to be
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh.
I was hoping that's how it
wow.
would turn out.
All right. At least I wasn't wrong. At least my instincts were correct.
Do what I say. That's what your instinct should be.
Yeah, I probably should just follow your advice.
Jacob, which A-list actor used to clean lion cages at a zoo?
Huh.
I'm just going to be really critical of these names and whether they are A-listers.
Liam Neeson,
Yeah.
obviously.
I want to see the new
A-lister.
Naked Gun so bad.
Yeah.
It looks great.
I hear it's great.
It looks
Yeah.
great.
I did see Fantastic Four today.
Oh.
I think I'm done with comic book movies.
I think you should be, buddy.
Oh, I've been done with those for
I-
a while.
Yeah.
every,
Although I did see the
You're
new
like the
Jurassic
last
World
man
movie last
standing.
night.
Oh, I
Oh
don't
my
consider
God.
that a comic book.
Yeah.
That's just a good popcorn flick.
Like it's silly and great.
you know
but it was
exactly
fun.
what's going to happen.
Yeah.
No,
But yeah, you've
I'm-
hung in there with this
I'm-
stuff longer than
I'm
most
over
people.
it. I can't do it anymore.
It was time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely time.
Anyway,
Pedro Pascal is like the
he was
new-
good. Like
I'm
they
sure he's
all
great.
did. They all did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody in that movie
Just-
did a great job.
Is it the plot is just too
Yeah, it's just
repackaged
like,
at this point? You just don't care.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like the way that they get their powers. Here's the other thing too. Like
okay.
it doesn't work in the world that we live in
Most
okay.
of them don't.
because like I'm not going to give
So
it away.
gamma
but
radiation
there's-
doesn't turn me into the Hulk.
Yeah. No, well, not only that, but like they live in a world where they can just address the world, and the world is like, yeah, you're right. We're on your side
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Like,
It's
no.
Unilaterally.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
that would never
No
happen.
matter what you do, 50% of the world
That's right.
has a conspiracy
Right.
theory that you're trying to kill them.
Yeah. There's
Yes,
a
it's like,
24-hour news
forget
network
it.
fucking with you
Forget
right
it.
now.
Like,
yeah.
it just doesn't fit anymore.
Yeah. Thanks for
Okay.
explaining it. We're on your side now.
Yeah. Lion cages at the zoo, Jacob.
All right.
Liam Neeson.
Hmm.
Sylvester
A-lister.
Stallone.
A-lister.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford.
A-lister.
A-lister.
Clint
yeah.
Eastwood.
A-lister. I would argue well, no. I'm fine with Stallone. Clint Eastwood I wouldn't put on the list anymore. His time's done. Hall of Fame, fine. I feel like A-lister is a very current event statement.
You think
to make.
you gotta
I don't think so.
stay active to be
No, I
A-list?
think once you're an A-lister, you're an A-lister.
I don't think you believe
no,
that.
like
I think-
once you're dead, you're still an A-lister.
There are people that were A-listers.
Like dead A-listers.
You ever
I
go
mean,
back
Jack
and watch like old
Nicklaus, if he
MTV
just,
or
like-
whatever? Like people that were being like trotted out as like Joey Lawrence was an A-lister at one
No,
point.
he wasn't.
Come the fuck on.
No, he
There was a
wasn't.
time, man.
No, he wasn't.
Toby fucking Maguire
A-listers
was.
like Joey Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no.
there was a time
James, you're
when
killing
people were like that was it. They were a heartthrob. That
It's
was
too
oh my
much,
god,
James.
that's a get. You get that one on the Late Show. Like they're pumped about it. Like come on.
No.
Vince Vaughn was an A-lister. I don't consider him an A-lister anymore.
I'm gonna say, let's see. I'm either gonna go Eastwood or
Lion Cages.
Harrison Ford. I think.
Don't fall for him twice, bro. He already got me.
On what?
I thought he was the guy who did the chicken eggs thing or something. And he turned out to not be the right choice.
Now, I know Harrison Ford worked as a carpenter, but
That's
it wouldn't
why I'm
surprise me if he
get away from
mucked
that.
out some stalls or something at some point. Who were the other two? Liam Neeson
Sylvester
and Sly. That's
Stallone.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Stallone. I don't know about Liam Neeson.
Boy, there's room for that. I
Yeah.
could see that one being true.
Liam Neeson.
I feel good about that.
No.
Oh, buddy.
Clint Eastwood.
I would like Clint Eastwood, please.
It is Clint Eastwood.
Yay! All right, just always fucking listen to Jacob.
All right, last one. Before stardom, who was a breakdancer on the streets of Paris?
Oh, go ahead.
Voulez-vous que c'est avec moi?
C'est soir.
C'est soir. Vin Diesel,
No.
Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Very likely.
Idris Elba,
No.
or Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Give me Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Which is the one I would have picked.
It's got to be the red herring.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. The
'Cause
muscles
he's
from Brussels?
Yeah, he's from Brussels, so
Ugh.
that's...
Well, I figure he can get to that place. All right, what are you going with, Jacob?
Who?
Bounces off the rim.
Idris.
Can he
Vin
grab it in
Diesel
the air?
or
Slam
Tom
it
Hiddleston?
down?
Oh, as soon as you said Vin Diesel, I thought it was Vin Diesel. So let's go there.
No way.
It is Vin Diesel.
No
Yeah.
way. What?
That
Break
seems
dancer?
like a douchebag gig that Vin Diesel would have had.
How dare you,
Vin
sir.
Diesel is somebody who would absolutely answer to the question, "Hey, can you break dance?" with an affirmative.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
there's not a single chance that my answer to that question is ever going to be a yes.
Okay. All right.
No matter how much I think I can break dance, I'm
Yeah.
never going to say yes to that
You will
question.
never identify
No,
as a
as
person.
someone who can break dance.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, all right, fair. That I like how you logicked your way through that.
Yeah.
Because I think Idris Elba would have been my next go.
I also just heard a long-form interview with Idris Elba on Amy Poehler's podcast recently.
Okay.
And he didn't talk anything about street performing.
Oh, all right.
So, that
And
was-
it probably would have come up.
I feel like it would have come up.
Yeah, I
I
tried
think-
to bring that up.
I
if
think
could.
Vin Diesel would have been the last one I would have picked out of that list.
You would have gone Van Damme. Who would have been your second choice?
Idris,
Yeah,
and
me
then
too.
Tom Hiddleston.
Who is that?
Tom Hiddleston is Spider-Man. Huddleston.
No,
Huddleston? Hiddleston.
Hiddleston.
The
Huddleston.
new Spider-Man?
Hiddleston.
The young one?
No,
Who's that one?
No, he's Loki.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tom who is Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. He's an attorney.
Attorney at law.
Tom Zendaya. Tom Holland.
That's
There it
Tom
is.
Holland.
Yeah.
The fries. All right. I like it. I'm winning. How to have a backbone as a therapist. Hi, all. Duffy, the as soon as I get my number, I'll be a therapist bear.
Yay.
Yay. Aw. That's sweet. It's neat how Duffy's name has changed over the years. Congratulations, Duffy. That's wonderful. And I have a serious question. I work with kids as a
7.
therapist. 7 is always the answer. I've been told that my strength...
Also, I'll take the under on that, too.
Okay. I've been told my strength is
How
also...
many kids can I hit per
Sir,
day?
Get out immediately. Yeah, we've already hit the button. The police are on their way to remove you. I work with kids as a therapist. I've been told that my strength is also my weakness. My strength?
My strength. I hit them too hard.
Also my weakness. I love too hard. My strength? That I want people to feel safe and connected, and that I want to give them grace. How is this a weakness? I'm so glad you asked. I struggle with pushing people past their comfort zone. I hate confrontation. I never want to be that bitch. I come from a long line of what I perceive to be that bitch women, and I've seen how awful they can be. I vowed to not be like that. But being that hard nose gets results. When I call parents and kids out, they seem to snap into attention. They stop fucking around and do what they need. So how do I balance that? How do I give people that safe place, but also not take their crap? P.S. Also, I am still at that place of employment from my very first letter over 4 years ago. The paperwork has gotten easier, and I was finally diagnosed with ADHD and started medication, which helped me so much. Thanks for the podcast, Duffy.
I do kind of remember that letter
Yeah.
about the paperwork.
This
okay.
is a really good question.
I think a lot of my answer with this would depend on the context in which you're working. 'Cause,
Right.
like when you're talking about working with kids,
Yeah.
okay, so kind of being hard-nosed and being more
Directive.
Yeah, like that to me sounds like a lot of the work that I've done
Okay.
in substance use treatment, working in rehabs or working with kids, working with foster kids or kids in treatment or whatever. Because yes, sometimes is a difficult line to walk because you want to be safe, you want to be kind, you want to be empathetic, and then you also have to enforce very specific boundaries.
Right.
And sometimes you just have to tell people what they need to do.
Right.
Like especially working with kids. You can't just be like, well, I know, you feel this way and blah, 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 but
can't just validate
but you need to put the knife down.
Right.
No, you need to do, you got to stop. And so I think for me, what has been helpful so that's one situation or one context. The other context is motivating.
Yes. Yes.
And how do you, outside of holding them accountable, how are you able to be kind of hard-nosed and motivate them to do better? I think those are two different questions. To go back to the first one, what worked for me is to try to remove emotion from the equation and just focus on facts.
Okay.
I understand this is what you're going through. I understand how this is how you're feeling. However, if you do this behavior, this is going to be the consequence.
Right.
I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
That's hard teaching.
I will double backflip, split kick you in the face.
Jean-Claude Van Damme it.
If you don't stop yelling, I will let you pick which arm I beat the fuck out of you with. No, so I think you kind of have to, but just be, and again, like you can't be emotional when doing that. Like, because once you get emotion involved, then now we're in a pissing match.
Yeah, and it also disqualifies your advice.
Yes.
Because then it seems like you're more attached to this advice than you are presenting me with my truth.
Yeah.
In an obvious way that feels right.
Yeah, and presenting options.
Correct.
And being presenting options from the context of like, my feelings are not affected one way or another.
Right.
But you should know that doing this behavior elicits this response.
Right.
Doing this behavior will elicit this response. So go ahead and choose whatever.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with being what you might call directive only whenever it's rooted in an understanding of the patient.
Yes.
What drives me crazy is whenever some therapist is some asshole hotshot that just thinks that they're like, quote unquote, as Duffy said, that bitch. There's a lot of really ignorant therapists that feign being great at this by like constantly calling people out and like Dr. Philling everybody. And like, that's a fucking caricature of a good, that bullshit. And then it's just like, oh, that's a great therapist because they're no nonsense. They don't put up with it. They call you out. And it's like, there's no shortage of people in the world that will fucking boss you around and tell you what to do. And yet that doesn't seem to cause a lot of change in a lot of people's lives. Yeah. Therapists start from a posture of deep empathic understanding.
I'm not going to cash you outside.
And I feel like if you start from that position of like, I've taken the time to really get to know you. I know the world that you live in. I've really come to understand where you stand. And then whenever you present to me like, yeah, this thing is happening, and now I challenge you from a position of deep understanding in your life, where I'm just saying, Nick, the last 2 times this happened, it seems like this keeps being the outcome. Like whenever you date this kind of person, this kind of, you end up being really upset later on. It doesn't seem to work out. Can I challenge you today? I'm concerned that if you do this again, you're going to get that same response.
That is basically the same speech that John Rocker gave on that subway all those years ago.
Okay, full circle.
The language was a little different, but it was basically the same idea.
Yeah, he was just trying to motivate people.
Yeah, that's right. To be better.
That is the right way to do it. John Rocker's way. The John Rocker therapy method.
I think we're all on John Rocker.
I feel like, 100%.
I think in the fullness of time.
He was proven right. Hindsight being 2020.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah,
John Rocker said horrible things.
Yeah, don't look them up.
Everybody, we're joking.
Yeah. Caveat. None of this is endorsed. But no, like, I just, to me, that's one of the most annoying kinds of therapists that I'll ever meet is somebody that, like, tries this directive, like, call them like they see them method, and they try to, like, clothe themselves as, like, a straight shooter and, like, I'm direct.
I think every profession knows people like this.
Yeah.
And it is someone that you quickly realize has a bag of tricks.
Yeah.
And says these things, has kind of these buzzwords that they say, and they do the whole thing where, like, I'm this person, So you should respect the things that I'm saying.
Right.
And I'm going to say them in such a way that I'm just going to rattle them off. I'm going to say them very almost militaristically.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to put this persona on, and I'm just going to bark these things out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to work with the assumption that you respect me so much that you're
Right.
just going to soak that language in.
Yeah.
But nobody respects you like that.
No, they
don't know
don't.
who the fuck you are. You haven't earned
Right.
that respect yet.
Yeah.
And that's how you get to be known as that bitch.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
you're insisting
Because
on
now
yourself.
it's just that bitch is yelling again.
Right.
That bitch is
Here we
telling me
go.
what to do again. That bitch is telling me how my
Yeah.
life isn't right anymore, and
Yes.
how that bitch knows the right thing
I
to
don't
do.
admire people like that.
No.
But I get that, like,
And I like that the writer is trying not to be that bitch.
right. And look, Duffy, there is a time and a place for directive, and there is a time and place for challenging and observing things. But like I like therapists, and I think they are more effective overall when they observe patterns in a way the patient can agree with. Whenever you point this out, not as your antagonist, not as your teacher, but as the person standing shoulder to shoulder with you in the journey, and like I observe, hey, it looks like this keeps happening. What do you think about that? In this really like unoffensive way that's non-threatening, it's more able to be ingested and understood, and like life change can happen. So like to me, I've never admired people that are like overly directive, overly challenging, calling people out, unless they've earned the right to do that.
Right.
And they're reading that person correctly, and they realize that person will thrive with this, and I'm going to call them out, and that's what they want from me.
But I think I might have a good middle ground for Duffy here.
Okay.
Because Duffy, it sounds like, is a direct person.
Can be,
But they're
yeah.
also, this caring and supportive person.
Right.
So I think the goal, the target that I would aim for if I were you is not one or the other.
Okay.
I would aim for that caring, uplifting person who is no nonsense.
Okay.
It's not that you are that bitch. It's simply you're no nonsense.
Yeah.
But you want to strive for that reputation of being the no-nonsense person that truly has my
Okay.
best interest at mind.
A very honest person.
That's right.
Like I won't sugarcoat it.
That's
It
right.
Doesn't
I'm
sound like your
simply
best
no
day.
nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you always will know that I'm coming to it from a place of caring and compassion.
Okay, that I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It's just it has to start with that sense of empathy and understanding, which I do not think is a weakness. Like one of the and again, every therapist has different styles. I'm really aligned with like motivational interviewing, which I've always found when you meet a therapist who can really do it, the ones who do it very naturally, have done it for years, especially in substance abuse counseling, it is a superpower to witness them at work, where they're like walking backward and guiding this person right into huge conclusions and decisions that the worst consequences of life couldn't do, but they've managed to do, while not seeming like they were making them do it or pointing them in a direction or forcing them or chasing them around with a stick, but like helping this person arrive at genuine personal conclusions that the therapist walked backward into without being challenging. But like if they're doing it in this, again, motivational interviewing is sort of like a way of talking that encourages people to arrive at these conclusions and these epiphanies in a pretty organic way. And it doesn't usually challenge. It uses resistance and rolls with it. It can playfully challenge, or it'll earn the right to do that. But like it works with people that are the most disagreeable, the most ignorant of their patterns, and arrives at like genuine epiphanies that like change their lives. So to me, it's a style that like uses agreeability while also like peppering in truth, but in this way that isn't like shining the light right in their eyes. It's like this non-directive way.
Yeah, it's kind of like if the way I've always viewed this is it's like if there was a path with a fork in the road, and you are as the therapist are on one branch and the client is on a different branch.
Okay.
You can't just yell and say, "Hey, come here."
Right.
Because they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
They see where you're at. They see where they're at. They're not going to be like, "Oh yeah, I'll just come over to you."
Sure.
No, that's not going to work. So what you have to do is you have to slowly work backwards until you are at the same point before the path split off.
I see.
And then you just start talking with them as you're walking. And
they
you just have that
follow you.
conversation.
Yeah.
And they don't even realize that
Yep.
they've made a decision.
Yes.
Until you started down that path. And
Yes.
and that's how to truly get real motivational interviewing working.
Yes.
Because they can't know that it's happening.
Yep.
And it's got to be authentic, organic, and it's got to be their idea.
Yes. It is the closest thing to ethical mind control that I could possibly think of.
Yeah.
Like, and it is ethical. Like, it's very hard to do. And like, I think it comes with an incredible restraint on the therapist's part. But like, addiction treatment and teenagers are very difficult populations. And like, Duffy's working with younger people, but like, teenagers are another one where it's like, I don't see that there's a problem here. A lot of the times, like, there's a lot of stubbornness, especially teenage addiction. And like, it takes a lot of connection and congruence before you can get somebody to see some things. But I feel like, especially with teenagers, I think that is a special population where you do have to take the risk at some point as a therapist. You do have to be bold. You do have to kind of like not break the relationship,
And I
but
think
leverage it and cause truth to happen.
And for that to occur, I think it goes back to Jacob's earlier advice, which is
butthole
you have to
thing?
know,
Okay.
Get to licking.
Yeah. Seems to always solve the problem.
you got to know what your relationship, you have to have that awareness of what your relationship is with this person.
Everything. Yeah. That's
before you can just throw that out. Because like I can think of
one bullet in that gun. If you spend it right now, I hope you hit what you're aiming at.
Yeah. I can think of maybe in the 20 plus years I've been doing this, 2, maybe 3 clients that I was able to just kind of use a sarcastic comment to get them to understand something.
But you wagered the whole relationship on that.
But I knew my standing.
Right.
I knew where I was with this person.
Right.
I knew we had already established a really good rapport.
Yep.
They knew my sense of humor. They knew I was coming from a good place. They knew I was there to help them.
Right.
And I was able to throw in something like hey, that seems like a great idea. You've never tried that before, have you?
Yeah.
And then they were just like,
got it. Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I guess I have done this before. But like, that's 1/10 of 1% of the people I've worked with.
Right. Right.
Now that makes for amazing TV and movies.
Right.
If you want to think of a TV therapist.
Yeah.
That makes for a great TV therapist.
Bangs the table.
Yeah.
Calls you out. Like, that's what they want us to
It's
see,
also
but
a good
that
way
doesn't
to
work.
communicate with Laura. It works well with Laura.
Yeah,
a lot of
appreciates
backhanded comments and sarcasm.
A lot of sarcasm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loves it. Sort of
Leave
love
the
language.
shit out all day, I guess. But what's tough too is like, I think
Guess
a lot
these
of
dishes don't need to be washed.
That's fine. I'll just live in a pigsty, I guess. It's fine. I love it.
Suppose I will.
Yeah, it's fine.
I love not being able to see the countertop. It's
great.
It's wonderful.
Who cares? I don't remember what color it is. Now we don't have to wash it. No, but like one thing
I love hearing the questions you ask the wait staff at the restaurant.
I feel like with kids, it is a little bit more difficult because I think that a lot of times the relationship can flow really naturally, and it's hard sometimes to even keep it focused on therapeutic objectives. And sometimes you do have to like just kind of be direct sometimes and like say the thing in an obvious way. Mm-hmm. Whereas with adults, most of the time, depending upon, their cognitive abilities, I feel like we can take this scenic route to epiphany and to realization by helping them understand patterns, asking probing questions, repeating themes. Like, you can get them there, and you can get that agreeability and that therapeutic alliance strong enough that you can use subtle things like humor or teasing, or even when we're direct, we've earned the right to be direct in this way that they finally accept and it actually lands. With kids, sometimes I feel like they just forget everything week to week, and so it's just like sometimes you just have to be like, hey, it sounds like you're lying again. Mm-hmm. Is that something you're trying to stop doing, or what's going on with that? And like, I feel like sometimes you can't pussyfoot around this thing especially with pediatrics. Like,
especially, the other thing too is like, a lot of kids that I've worked with, they learn to say things for shock value,
right?
And so another example,
cunt. Yeah. He's a parrot screaming out cunt.
Oh,
yeah, shock value.
I'm a kid.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Kid.
Kid.
I thought it was a parrot.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a
gotcha.
parrot.
All right.
Kids and parents are basically the same.
Yeah. Teenage
Parents.
parrot. Yeah.
But even kind of being just genuine about that and kind of calling it out, and just like, it feels to me like you're saying this because you want my attention.
Right.
And it kind of disarms them a little bit. Like
Right.
I've done stuff like that, and that's, I don't know if you call it direct. It's more, but again, like I'm not saying it with an attitude. I'm not saying it with any emotion.
I'm
never saying
like
it
that.
very.
Yeah. I'm fine with being direct. I'm fine with being challenging, Duffy, especially with youngsters. I think that's fine. I'm never going to step away from my Carl Rogers kind of, synthesis of like foundations, which is it always
You're
is
going to
gonna
Roger
start-
those kids.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ.
What?
Wow. Whitney's
What?
gone for 1 week and we've dove into pedophilia again. Jesus. She was the rope holding us up. But no, like, I just feel like you've got to start with that relationship. And I'm fine with some amount of directive, like, challenging somebody. I think that can always be accomplished from a position of, I like you, I'm rooting for you, I believe in you, and gosh darn, it seems like this keeps happening. Why do you think that is? And if the kid wants to sit down and talk about their latest video game and waste 15 minutes of the session talking about life, I do think we have to come in as therapists and be directive sometimes and say, so how is that challenge going? What's better? What's worse? What are we doing to work on that? I think you can borrow from solution-focused brief therapy. I think that is a great technique that likes to address what's happening in approving and optimistic ways while also still identifying how we can be intentional. I like that theory. I think, is a great theory for this too. But yeah, I think that both can be done. I think you can be directive. In my opinion, I have no respect for therapists that just come out guns blazing, trying to teach everybody, and they're not doing the work. They're not bonding, they're not connecting, they're not disarming. And I think ultimately they're ineffective. Even if in the session people are like, wow, you're really smart. It's like, clearly you're a self-aggrandizing asshole therapist that needs to be patted on the back and told how fucking smart you are. And like, to me, that's just, it's just self-serving. I just don't think it's client-focused. So,
Mr. Jim, I brought you your coffee.
you get your ass back in the fucking closet. You're terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You do what I tell you to do.
I'm
You're
sorry.
not invited to come out here. You stay in that closet. Anyway, Duffy, congratulations on waiting for your number. That's terrific that you have made it into the winner's circle of this profession. I saw the other day that 57% of people that graduate from graduate school do not ultimately go on to achieve their full licensure. 57%. 2/3 of people that graduate do not make it to this to where Duffy is getting.
Why?
To. Washing out an internship, just not completing the hours, maybe not passing the exams. Getting distracted along the way, maybe like life's happening. You get your ass back. I'm going to get you to that finish line. My interns will always make it.
Poor
I will
supervision.
fucking carry you across. That's right. That my interns are very impressive. They get their shit done. They're hard workers. So no thanks to me, but I think that they do a good job. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're wrapping up the show. You are listening to Pod Therapy.
Today's episode is brought to you by Smitty Scoop, Mason Miller, Tess Miller, Byler T, Paris, Team Monaco, Oscar Swan Rose, Hannah Marie, Emma Kane, Myra, and Sam Cohn. And if you would like to sponsor the show, become a therapy producer at patreon.com/therapy.
As we wrap up the show, I want to remind you, you can visit patreon.com/therapy and you can get our extended show ad-free a day earlier, as well as enjoy our live chat Discord community and our weekly deep dive, our periodic deep dives, interviews, skill shares, research, roundups, and rants. I'm to blame too, buddy. I had a cool series going, but life happens. It's also summertime. Fuck, we're busy. Anyway, patreon.com/therapy. We've got some new friends who have joined the Theraparty. Who is new to the bunch there, Nick?
We got a new Therapal, Lizna Lemon.
I love that name. I when I saw that come through, sometimes I'll see a handle and I'll be like, oh, that they probably just cleverly picked that, and I'll bet when I click on them, I won't see that actually is the email associated with the name, and this is one that it was. And I was like, oh, great. That's actually this person. That's wonderful.
Cool.
Thought it was a fake name.
Cool.
Love it.
And we got a new Therapod, K-Trauma.
Welcome, K-Trauma.
And guess what? We got 2 new producers.
Whoa.
Sam Cohn.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Be Gay Do Crimes.
About damn time. Welcome to the producer circle, Be Gay Do Crimes. You've been needed in this group for a while now. And Sam Cohn, lovely to have you. And we'd like to thank the benevolent, revered, generous, and flagrantly pro-therapy diehards who love you all so much they give till it hurts. Dirty B and Pickett.
Pickett.
And we want to thank our bosses, the mysterious and shrouded Illuminati members of the fan club, the Therapy Producers. Thank you, Jake Schneider, Myra, Robert Brownie Jr. Mintz, Smitty Scoop, Richard fucking Macy, Judy Schneider, Malia, Leon Kassab, Carolyn Albert, Kevin Chamberlain, Tess Miller, Dan Martin, Sammy Scoop, Slurpy Kai, motherfucker, Ben Stanley, Slap in Your Face, Sarah Smith, Adam Hathaway, Byler T, Mike Helm, Oscar Swanrose, Paris, A Sunny Boy, Darren Cunningham, Lib, Sandra McWaffle, Team Monaco, Thunder, Cougar, Falcon, Scoop, Heyo, Hannah Marie, Andrew Langmead, Emma Tonka, and Pony Soprano, Alina, Coda DeLorean Guy, Brady Malachek, Chick Felicio, Gabriel Adame, Sean Sutherland, Max the Ginger Scoop, Chad Mag, Adam Warren, Anka LaPrince, I think it ended up being Inca. Sam Cohn, and welcoming Be Gay Do Crimes.
If you'd like to do this episode uncut and unedited,
And why wouldn't you?
thank you, Whitney, and enjoy our spontaneous side projects, go to patreon.com/therapy, and thank you for supporting mental health.
That's all the time we got for this week's session. Want to thank our landlord, SJ and the Ruckus. And thanks to all of you who contributed to our show today. We really appreciate it. Remember, Pod Therapy isn't something to keep all to yourself. Share the episode with the world. Tag us on the socials when you do. We're at PodTherapyGuys on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter, /PodTherapy on Facebook, and somewhere on Blue Sky. And don't forget about all the extra goodies at patreon.com/therapy.
Do you want to submit a question to the show? Ask anonymously at podtherapy.net. Email us at podtherapyguys@gmail.com or click the link in the episode description. I'm Nick Tangeman.
I'm Jim.
I'm Whitney.
Thanks, and we'll see you for your appointment next week. I've been meaning to talk to you about quitting smoking. Whitney.
Can't stop, won't stop. Pack a day.
Spits in the
At
platoon.
least.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.